Hello crafty friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Catrice, and if this is your first time stopping by, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail. In today's video we are going to do a lot of crafts using HTV. So this is all that vinyl that I bought in the last, that I did a haul on, I guess about 2 videos ago now. So I never did get around to using, well, this one is not from the haul, but these are. And I never got around to using them. So we are going to use these today on some different products. And I may make an attempt to do the vinyl, the reverse vinyl frame again. So as you can see, I took the canvas out. Well, this is how it looks when you rip it apart from the frame from when I glued it on in the last video, and the artwork was a little too large for it. So I am going to use some fabric that I have. I have to do sewing as well. So I'm going to use some of that canvas fabric and I'm going to cut it to fit this, and then we're going to put another design on, and we're going to try this again because this is the one that didn't turn out too well. And then we are going to work on some bookmarks and door hangers, so, and some pillowcases and all the good stuff. So we got a good amount of things that I want to do today on my list. So this might be a little bit of a longer video, not too sure, but hopefully you guys stay to the end. So I'm going to, as you know, reposition this camera down on my craft table, and we are going to get started, okay? Okay, so the first project on the table is this t-shirt that I'm going to make, and I'm using an SVG from Fabrica, and it says created with a purpose. So what I'm going to do is use this, remember this that I showed in the last haul? I'm going to use this for the word created, and that's the Hobby Lobby brand, which is hold on, let me think, what is it called? Oh, 405. Yeah, their brand is 405. And then this is a HTVront vinyl that I'm going to be using, which is this color. And so I'm thinking that that will pair nicely together. Hopefully, we'll see. And this came in a stack. I got this a while back. I'm not sure where I may have gone to the HTVront website and got this. I'm not really sure, but it's been a minute. And this is just their brand of vinyl, and it's actually pretty good. It's really easy to weed. I've used it quite a bit in the past. So the first word that we're going to cut out is the word created, and that is the heat press beeping to let me know that it's ready. So I'm just going to take this to the press and give it a quick steam to get out any moisture and wrinkles and all that good stuff. So I'm going to do this for about 5 seconds. And the 405 brand, it says to preheat it. So we're going to heat the press at 285 for 10 to 15 seconds. Oh, and then 10 seconds when you get ready to put the vinyl on. So it's 285 degrees. And then for 10 seconds. So I need to bump my press down a little bit, 285 to 10 seconds. Okay. Alrighty, so that's nicely steamed out. And now it is time to load. I probably should have had this cutting while I was doing the shirt. But the Cricut can be a little noisy. And I would probably fast forward that. I had that on kind of crooked, so I want to make sure that I get it straight so I don't be wasting my vinyl too much. I think I cut it a little crooked. And the top of this mat, the vinyl doesn't want to lay down nicely, so what I'm going to do is use some washi tape, and just to kind of hold that vinyl in place, so that way that'll keep the blade from snagging it and tearing the vinyl to pieces. All right, so now let's get this loaded. I already have it in the machine. Just gotta load that up. I mean, on the on my desktop. So it is ready to go, and I just need to make sure I mirror. So when you're doing HTV, heat transfer vinyl, make sure you have the pretty side facing down on the mat, and then make sure you mirror your image so that it'll cut, I keep saying print, so that it will cut in reverse. And we are going to get this started, and then when I come back on camera, this will be all cut and ready to go on the shirt. All right, so it just finished cutting, and the heat press just beeped, so it is at the desired temp. And I'm just going to pull this off. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I don't usually use pattern vinyl because I never know how to use it. Like, oops, sorry about all that. Like what design or any of that. So, but we're gonna see how this turns out. So now I just gotta see where my design ends, so I make sure I don't accidentally cut it. And what's that brayer tool? Need something to help. You know what I need to invest in are those little magnet things that you see people using that hold their vinyl in place. That is really what I need to hold my vinyl in place, because it is trying to go all over the place. All right, so I'm gonna get this cut. That's here. Now I hope that this weeds nicely for us and doesn't give us any problems. But I don't think I've ever had a problem with this 405 vinyl. I do know that it's a nice stretchy vinyl, so it should work well with the t-shirt. With the t-shirt. And I have my design up over here on my screen so that I can make sure I am weeding the areas that's supposed to be weeded and don't leave anything unweeded. And it looks like my Cricut didn't want to cut too well. I was using my Cameo earlier, and I started to continue with it for this project, but I said, no, I'll just show the Cricut some love. And now it wants to half cut. So, I'll probably just fast forward this part of the video because I know y'all don't want to see me sitting here weeding. Okay, I don't know if you guys could tell or not. This was the worst weeding situation I have had in a long time. Now, I don't know if it was because maybe the vinyl was a little old. You know, I did get it on that sale. See, even my heat press is clicking off. That's just how long I've been. It wasn't that long for you all, but over here in real time, it was long. So I don't know if it was because this was past its prime, But that weeding situation, oh my goodness. That was almost a bit much. But I really want to see how this looks. So that is why I just kept going with it. And in my mind, I was thinking the whole time, let me just switch to this. But I really like this pattern and I want it to work. So we are going to see what we end up with. I do know I need to fix a few areas before I can attempt to put this down. And my little swirly thingy kind of messed up, so I need to figure that out. So I'm going to straighten this E, and I will come back on camera and have everything together. It's so funny because I mentioned I had to do some surgery on one of the last videos, and one of my very sweet commenters said that she thought she was the only one that talked about surgery and vinyl. But it's surgery and vinyl is a real thing. So yeah, so we're getting ready to undergo some straightening over here. And then when I come back on camera, then we'll head to the heat press because I still need to cut out the with a purpose. And I'm going to use the HTVront vinyl for that. So I know that's going to be a easy, smooth thing here. But yeah, but this was a bit much. Okay, so I think I've got everything together now. When I was weeding this horrible piece out, I decided that I think I might want an offset to go behind it. So I went ahead and cut an offset out of the same HTVront as the with the purpose words. And the HTVront weeded so easily, no problems whatsoever. But this Hobby Lobby HTV, this was a bit much. And when I get ready to do the offset, I'm going to go ahead, put this down first on the shirt, and then I'll come back and do this one. But I'm going to have to pick the letters up and put them on the offset because in my surgery, as I refer, the letters got a little uneven. So I am going to just do that, and hopefully everything turns out, which I think it will. It will turn out the way that it's supposed to. So I'm just going to trim this little excess down, and the heat press is ready. And I've got my shirt right here, and I've already pressed the shirt out a little bit to, you know, take out some of that moisture from everything. So I have that here, and now I just need to go ahead and get this on. But get this situated how I want it. So basically we're going to go with, make sure I'm in frame. I'm going to go with this, and then the offset will be on top. I mean the offset goes on first, and then I'll come back and I will put this on top, the actual words, and then I will be able to put with the purpose, put that on next. Yeah, you know, honestly, this actually looks cute without all of the flowers. So, let's see, let me just kind of fake put that down, and well, the little, you know what, I'm going to continue with my original plan. Don't start overthinking stuff. And I guess I can go ahead and just put with the purpose on here. Well, no, I can't because the transfer sheet is under there. So let me, what I'm going to do is just see this space right in here. I'm going to cut this film off so I can get the words with the purpose under there. I don't want to cut anything because this is the same type of vinyl, and it's going to have the same pressing temp and time. So, and then I'm going to make sure I get this even on the sides. And I just kind of eyeball mine. I know some people, I see that they use those t-shirt guides, but I never ever had good luck with those. It will always be too far down or too far up. Like it never worked for me. So I don't know if it was the brand of guides that I was using or what, but ever since then, I tried them. I bought a set off of Amazon, and I tried that, and I said, oop, nope, it's not for me. I can just kind of look and eyeball because I know where I want this to be. So yeah. All right. And then basically I just kind of hold it up and look at it. So if you can see the shirt collar, I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but yeah, I just hold it up, look at it, and go from there. So this is the part that is the created with a purpose. And so I'm going to get that on here. Looks like oh yeah, got a piece of transfer tape. Okay, so let's get this here. This red is actually pretty. It's a real bright red, so it's kind of definitely popping. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take this to the press and be right back. Okay, so this is going to be a cool peel. I'm just gonna lay it down on my craft table and get some of that heat out of it. And then we'll be ready to lay this other problem child over here, lay it down on top of this HTV vinyl. So now it's pretty cool now, so I'm just gonna start with the smaller letters and see if I might need a second quick little top press. Nothing was trying to peel up, but it looked like it maybe need a little bit more of I don't remember this. Ooh, put it off like that. I hope this was a cool peel. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put some butcher paper over this to kind of just steam that back. You know what? I don't need to do that because it's going to get some extra heat when I put this on top. So I am going to see. Let me show my frame. I'm going to see if I can line this up. Oh, I know what I can do. Yeah, we are doing some for real. Unconventional crafting over here, and this is the first project of the night. Good gracious. But I just want to make sure I get this on here. So what I'm doing is taking the letters off. I mean, not taking them off. Instead of removing the letters, I decided to just go in and kind of cut them on the transfer sheet because the E is completely off-centered. And if I try to get the E center, it's going to mess up all the other letters. So we're going to, you know what, after all of that, that is pretty. And since I lost my little curve, this little curve section right in here, since I lost that, I don't know how that's going to end up looking, but it should be okay. All right, so we are going to get this little thing on here as best I can. There we go. All right. So yeah, so I'm just going to do this letter by letter. Sometimes you have to go all the way around the world to get to where you're trying to go. And that is what this is right here. So we are, oops, get this down right there. Let's see, I think I need to separate these because they are not playing nicely. All right. I think when I did the original surgery, some of it kind of got a little stretched. The vinyl is a stretchy vinyl. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. So when I was weeding it, some of it stretched out a little longer than it should be, but that's okay. We are going to get this on here one way or the other. Now I think what I'm going to do is leave the little glyph part, just leave that in red. And no one will ever know but you and I. Okay, so don't y'all tell anybody. And it'll be just fine. So if you see me with this shirt on, leave me a comment if you remember the drama. If you see me with it on in one of the future craft shows, video, I don't know why I said show. Okay, so I got this on here. Yep, and we're gonna leave that red coming out from there. And we are gonna roll with it. So I'm gonna put some butcher paper over this part right here because I don't want to burn it. And the Hobby Lobby brand is 285 degrees for 10 seconds. So I'm gonna cool down my press. So luckily it doesn't need a lot of heat. So this shouldn't get too overheated. And it just beat, oh, I thought it was ready. It's not quite ready yet. But yeah, so I'm gonna be right back and we will have the final reveal for this little shirt. But you know, and all of that is actually very pretty. I like that. Okay, this is fresh off the press and it is a warm peel. So it's actually trying to come up by itself. And it's doing very well. I don't really see any lifting, but I do know I will go back over it with a quick little press with the butcher paper, just to kind of make sure it's staying down. And then we will be finished with this project for the day. Okay, let me cut this heat press off. All right, so after all of that, this is what we ended up with. And I think it actually turned out rather cute. Even if the glyph doesn't have this little curly part, even if it doesn't have the little pattern. And I might, later on, I can always add the little pattern if I decide. But either way, I think it's cute, just how it is. And like I said, nobody's gonna know but us. So that is the first project for tonight. And now we are going to move on to still sticking with the HTV vinyl because I want to get all of that done first so that when I cut the heat press off, it will be off. So this is just a standard white tote that I picked up from Hobby. Did I get this? Yeah, from Hobby Lobby. And you know, back there where they have the t-shirts and all that hanging up. That's where I got this, and it's just a standard white tote bag. So I am going to put a little quote on here, and I'm going to get that all cut out, and we will get the, once I do this, I think this is my only, oh no, I have two more what am I trying to say? Three more items that need to be heat pressed. So we will start on that next. So now it is time for the tote bag, and I've already cut, I've already cut the HTV out, and this is going to be Teckwrap. So the tote bag has been pressed, and the wrinkles are out and the moisture is out. The heat press just beeped and said that it is ready. So we're gonna press this down, and then I'm gonna come back and add two more things to it. And this is also a Creative Fabrica. I cannot talk tonight. SVG file. All right, so this is going to be a cool peel, and then I'm going to add the word squad on there, and I might just use my mini heat press for that because it is tiny little thing, so I don't think I need to use the big press. Let's just get this cooled down. And this is coming up nicely. And I don't think I'm going to need, oops, yep. I will need a second press so I can tell. Over here on this end, sometimes when you have little things like right in here, the band of the tote bag looks like it kept the vinyl from making a good contact press. So I am going to put some butcher paper across there. And this is the paper. And so what I'm going to do, because this is the only area that was coming up, so I'm just going to cover the entire word, but I'm only going to put this much into the press. And it will take care of that lifting, and then we can add the other three items on here. You know what? I'm going to get out my mini heat press because I can. That is just a little bitty section that I don't need to do too much. So let me grab my little mini heat press. Okay, I've got my Cricut heat press, mini press. And I'm going to just kind of sit that right across there. And the mini press is designed to kind of just keep it moving. So I'm putting a little bit of medium pressure. And that should take care of that extra lifting. Yeah, I can tell already that it looks nice. And I'm just going to bring it down here a little bit. These, the mini ones, they come in handy when you don't want to heat up the, your larger press just for some little spot sections here and there. So it is perfect for that. And this is going to be a cute little tote bag that I'm giving to someone as a gift. And all right, so the next word that goes on here is the word squad. So it says Spooky Squad. Now this SVG, it did come from Creative Fabrica. However, on the SVG file, you can kind of go in and take out what you don't want or make it, kind of cater to what you're specifically looking for. And that's what I did with this one, because the file was sort of a little different. If you were to look at it in Creative Fabrica, you're going to see the word Spooky Squad, but the word Spooky is a little smaller and Squad is larger, and then it had a lot of bats and spiders and all that stuff mixed into the SVG. So I didn't want all of that. So I just kind of went in and in Cricut Design Space. I always do that. Click my thing. Went into Cricut Design Space and just took out what I did not want. And this is a warm peel, I believe. So the green is Teckwrap. Oh yes, it's a warm peel. The gold is the HTVront vinyl that I showed you guys a second ago. That is what the gold is. And now we are going to add this little bat, and I think I'm going to put it like that. And because I'm a little nervous, I don't want to accidentally hit the green with my mini press, so I'm just going to put this on. Put your paper over it. And then I have one more thing to add on here, and that will take care of this little bag. And so just remember, if you see a file that you like, but you don't like everything that's on it, you can always take out pieces that you want, that you don't want. And I do that a lot, so just kind of make it unique to fit you and what you're going for. But for the most part, it's the same design. It just has less spiders all over the place. And got that straight. So I'll go over this one more time. And I've got one more little thing to add, and then I'll be finished with this bag. Oh, that's cute. All right, so this is the spider, and I'm going to kind of center it a little bit. Looks like I left a piece of, oh yeah. Oh, I'm glad I saw that. So I had a piece of vinyl that was not supposed to be there, and it would have pressed right onto the thing. Like, we had enough drama with the t-shirt. We don't need the tote bag giving us drama. All right, this turned out to be pretty cute. So yeah, so we'll get this down, and now I'm going to do the bookmark and the door hanger. I've got a cute little pattern that I want to put on it, and it is just regular vinyl, and we'll be using Teckwrap for that. Oh, that peeled very nicely. Okay, I think we are good to go with this. All right, so that is that. Spooky Squad. I'm trying to see if I need to add another spider, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me just press this little unnecessary wrinkle. I don't even think it's going to come out. Not that she's going to care. All right, so finished with that. So we're going to put this over here to the side. And the next thing that we're going to do, I have these little acrylic, what is this, bookmark and door hanger. Got these out of Hobby Lobby one day. I think they come in a packet. The door hangers, I believe they come in a package of 3. And then the acrylic bookmarks, I think 4 was in that package. I believe. I could be wrong, but definitely more than 1 or 2. So, and they come with a little film to protect the acrylic. So what I'm doing now is just easy, using my weeding tool, and just lightly pull this little film off. And it's on the front and the back. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. And I'm putting hearts on the bookmark with a cute little ribbon. And then the door hanger is a little quote. It's going to go on it. And I'm going to use my Cricut to get this all cut out. So this also has the little film on it to protect the acrylic. Oh, I'm almost about to scratch the little door hanger. Okay, so peel that off. Oh, that is so cute. Well, you probably can't even see it, but when I get the design on, you guys will be able to see it. And let me get the vinyl. So the colors that I'm going to be using for both of these are, all these are Teckwrap. So this is like a lime green and sort of like a light peach. And this is more of a orangey peach, I guess you could say. So I thought those were nice together. And I went on ahead and just kind of cut out the little strips I need, because I don't need much, because these are such little small blanks. So you don't need that much. So let me go ahead and get this put up and make some room, because I need to cut the design out and then put it on and get my little transfer tape. So I will be right back with all of that. Everything cut out already for I'm gonna do the bookmark first. And let me get my little weeding tool. So this is going to be Teckwrap vinyl. And what I did was I just went into Cricut Design Space and I sized down a couple of ribbons, hearts, and I think bow. Oh, yeah. Well, ribbon and bow is the same thing, but so hearts and bows. And hopefully, I just kind of eyeballed it. I really didn't measure. Oh, I'll throw that little ribbon up. I didn't measure the bookmark. I just sort of eyeballed it, because I'm going to try and lay these down as the way you would a sticker. Well, I guess I should go ahead and weed everything out so I can see what I'm working with. And you guys see how nice this Teckwrap is weeding. It's come out nicely. Except this one heart. I think that was me going too fast. Rip that one up. So I'm going to take that heart out. And hopefully I don't need it. Okay, so you know what? I think I am just going to go ahead and use my transfer tape. And I'm going to try and just place these as randomly as I can. No rhyme or reason, just kind of space them out over the bookmark. And as I was waiting for the Cricut to finish cutting these out, I was kind of thinking about what color ribbon that I would want to put through. Because it's 3 different colors. So I was thinking maybe a white ribbon. No. Let's see. So I'm just kind of going in a random order. I have this bad habit of always wanting things to line up perfectly neat, perfectly straight. So sometimes you just put them down. And once we do the the door hanger, I think that is going to be it for today's craft. You guys are really loving the video from, what was that, Tuesday I think I posted? The one where I was doing I think I titled it Crafting with Vinyl, I believe is what I said. That video is doing very well. I'm glad you guys are liking it. So this is how that is turning out. So it's kind of like that. So now what I want to do is get the ribbon. And I was trying to think that I want to squeeze a green right here, but I'm not going to do that. So these are some extras, and I can use that on a different project at another time. And I have this little, that's a little, I was going to use this little lace ribbon, but that was too thin. So, oh yeah, that'd be pretty. This is like a white ribbon with silver mixed in with, well, it's not white, it's sheer. And then it has silver trimmings on the edges. Like that. So I think I'm gonna put a little knot to kind of hold it together. Whoops. Kind of hold it on the thing. So yeah. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna pick up or not, but it's a very pretty glittery ribbon. So we got that on there. And last but not least, let's go. I was trying to think for a second how I wanted the hook to be, if I wanted it to be a left hook going this way or right going that way. Because the vinyl is only going to be on one side. And this says crafting in progress, and it's pink. That's just for my craft room. And I know you guys were wondering when the pink was going to show up. I didn't want to let you down. So here is pink. Oh, I just realized I lost the I to my to the word crafting, and I wonder if I can. This is my little piece. If I can't find it, I won't worry about it. Yep, that I is long gone. Sometimes, you know, when you're weeding, if you hold on to your little piece, the little trash piece, you can find the dots to the eyes and all that type of stuff. But that was long gone, so I don't know what happened to that. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to have the hook going to the right. Okay, going to the left just seemed like it was looking a little weird to me. So let me get this down. And I'm putting it towards the bottom of the door hanger. And let me just lift this up. Oh, that came out really nice. So this pink is Oracle. And that's how that's looking. And I'm going to put these little, well, you'll see in a minute. They're different shapes of little white flowers. And this particular white vinyl here is Teckwrap. So the pink was Oracle, and the white is Teckwrap. Oh, that's going to be cute. So I cut out two different shapes, two different sizes of the same flower, because I didn't know what size was going to work going around this little hook part. And I'm glad I did, because this smaller size is working perfectly. And I'm going to see if I can squeeze one more on this little hook part. That's cute. Maybe I put one more on the bottom part. And I hope you guys made it to the end of the video with me, and that you enjoyed the crafts. I'm looking at it trying to see if I want to put, because it's white, I don't know if it's going to show up, but I think I will, because it looks like it's just a little weird space. So, and if a portion of this come off the edge, I can just trim it. And it is. So I'm going to put this back on there. Get my little mini Cricut scissors out. And I'm just going to trim this little piece that's hanging over. And actually, I could have just, you know what? I don't need to trim. I'm just going to do that. I just wrapped it at the bottom. Oh, that is cute. You can almost see it depending on how I hold the thingy. That is cute. So that's the little bookmark that says crafting in progress. Now, okay, so I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to save the reverse canvas for another video. We will bring that out. We'll play with the fabric on that one. But let me get cleaned up here first, because y'all know I don't like a mess. So I'm going to get everything straightened up, reposition the camera so we can look at everything and go ahead and sign off for the evening. Okay, crafty friends, so this is the end of the video, and I thank you all so much for staying this long with me. I hope you made it to the end. So let's just do a recap of the items we made today, which just finished up doing the bookmark with the little hearts on it. I was trying to pull that back with the hearts on it, the little different colors. Let me see, put this up so it can kind of show a little bit better, so like that. And then we've got the door hanger, which is actually for me, for the craft room. So the door hanger. I don't know if the camera is really picking this up or not because of the acrylic, but that is that. And then the little tote bag for a little cutie. She's gonna have fun with that. And the drama of the night, the t-shirt. So there we have that. And that was it. Seems like we did a lot more, but I guess it was just 4. But anyway, I definitely appreciate y'all. So if you made it to the end and you enjoyed the video, or if you didn't make it to the end but you enjoyed it, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. So until next time, friends, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.